As we approach rather quickly the start of another school year, I can't help but think about all the new teachers joining this profession for the first time. And I think about teachers switching schools. And those of us that are just returning to the same school, but a whole new set of kids, different circumstances this year. And I can't help but think about one of my favorite quotes from Parker Palmer, a big thinker in education. And here's the quote: "Good teaching cannot be reduced to technique. Good teaching comes from the identity and integrity of the teacher." See, it's not just teachers, however, who think that technique and knowledge are paramount. It's the rest of us too. For example, I've got a client who it's been weighing on her for years that she's wanted to communicate something to a few people that she cares about. And the problem was she can never think of the best way of doing it. She was afraid of getting the technique wrong. So I asked her, well, what would you like to communicate? And she spoke the most beautiful, heartfelt, authentic acknowledgement, so love-filled. And it just struck me that here's this beautiful communication. It just flowed right out of her. But the idea that she could get the technique wrong was blocking her from actually communicating with people. See, we think that what matters most is the technique. But actually what matters most is moving the needle forward in those areas that we care most about. Good, meaningful action can't be reduced to technique. I've got another client who's working on a big project. And as we talked through what was getting in her way from taking action that she knew would be the most productive, and in fact, action she wanted to take, what ultimately it came down to, she was afraid of looking stupid and wasting her time. And by the end of the conversation, her main takeaway from this conversation sounds so simple, yet it was so profound for this one person, is that a messy hour of work is still an hour of work, right? Moving that needle forward. It adds momentum to these systems, these projects, these experiences, to our lives, the areas of our lives that matter most to us. So, messy technique is usually way more productive than no technique at all. And in fact, the thing about messy technique that bothers us most isn't that we're not going to get the job done. We have a sense that we still will get the job done, even if it's messy. What worries us most about being messy is that it's going to look bad, or that we might look dumb, right? We've just got this fear of looking bad. And so we try to avoid that. However, what matters more to you? Avoiding looking bad, or moving forward those things in your life that matter most to you? Now, here's a key difference between coaching in athletics and coaching in life. Coaching in athletics is about developing effective technique. Now, there are personal transformations that occur for people as they develop great technique in athletics. But life coaching is rather different. We do talk about technique at times, but mostly it's actually just removing those barriers between us and our authentic integrity and moving forward those things that matter to us. It's not about learning new techniques. It's not about getting advice. It's actually just about uncovering the truest sense and our truest desires of what we aim to achieve in the world for ourselves, for others, and getting that needle to move forward. It's not about technique. Thanks so much for watching.